This is the render review for Blender Challenge tools, and we'll start off by looking at some of the participants' renders. So this is it looks like, I guess this is a little drill press, a desk, on a desk-mounted drill press, and a tool kit. You can see the amazing ability of Blender for both modeling and materials, because this was textured in Blender. This is some really nice hard surface modeling to create this tool chest, and I just love this guy's work. I mean, you can even see, of course, details in the wood and the grainy pattern in the tool case as well. And the color scheme is always really cool as well when you have that black and orangey yellow kind of look. So again, all done in Blender. Here we've got some stickers on here, some decals, numbers, and stuff like that. So this is top-notch work for the Tools Challenge, as you can tell. All right, so zooming in a little bit to show the details. Yeah, really, really nicely done. This is a propane torch. I guess I had modeled something like this, and this person has done their own version of the propane torch and textured it. I believe it was textured in Substance Painter, but with some really nice results. It looks like something that you would see in a game. And there's another view of two of them, showing them on slightly different angles, and we've got the addition of some text or decals or decals if you prefer that, and some really nice texturing job. Beautiful. And yes, I had modeled a pipe wrench, and there are a number of people who modeled the pipe wrench as well, and I always really enjoy seeing people follow along and then take it in their own direction. I just happen to really love the color scheme here. This black and orange, again, that kind of industrial look. I really do like that. And here you can see there's some edge wear, and just, yeah, the black and orange is really impressive. And this is a little bit different than what I did. So like I say, I like to see people take it in their own direction. Yeah, so really nice, really nicely done, because it involves the modeling, and it also involves the texturing as well, and both of those come together in this challenge. All right, this is some kind of a clamp, a vise, modeled in Blender and textured. Well, I'm not quite sure. I think it's done in Substance Painter, but I could be wrong. Either way, it's a very convincing metal tool for the challenge. And I think that the modeling is just great here, and so is the texturing. I mean, it looks old and used and worn and greasy, and against this background. So yeah, really nicely done. And again, there's various levels of people doing things. I can't really tell. I don't know who did this. This is some kind of a screwdriver, I think. But anyways, yeah, a nicely modeled, very pleasing shape here for this entire thing, and then probably textured in Blender. I'm not quite sure. This is a gorgeous render. I love this clamp. I love this metal. I don't know if it's a clamp. I think it is. I had modeled a clamp similar to this one, and so this person has done something similar to mine. Okay, and then rightly put it in the background. Compared to this one is just beautiful, and a really nice propane torch as well, because I had done that. But they took it in their own direction, making it kind of shiny, putting on some stickers and some text here, and giving this the corroded or oxidized, or whatever the term is, look to this, with the box and the pipes sticking out, and just the background. But the lighting, I really like the lighting on this. So yeah, this is gorgeous. And this is some kind of of a spotlight, I believe, or a flashlight. I think this is a handle here, and you've got some stuff, some dials and stuff that you can turn, and I guess a screw-on a lens or something along that line. So I've got a few different images of this one to show all the detail. I believe this is possibly a texture. I suppose you can look at the edges, right, and see whether or not it goes up, you know, to tell if it's geometry. So I think that would be a texture, because that would be quite a lot of polys otherwise. I mean, obviously I used to do that in texture, and sometimes it looks better in a texture if you're just doing a typical render and it's not for a game, you know. But yeah, this is a really neat model as well. And so it's just a few different views of it. There's the handle from the top. Yeah, so yeah, you know, when I say that, you know, we're going to have a challenge, and the topic is tools, and then people, you know, scratch their heads and say, well, what should I do? And you end up getting a lot of the stuff that I did, like a lot of wrenches, a lot of clamps, and then you get people that come up with their own ideas of what they want to do. Like, for example, look at how beautiful that is. All right, so we do have we've got some tools here, very nicely modeled and very nicely textured. You know, you would expect maybe this would be a straight cylinder, but no, it's got some deformation to it. All right, so it looks like real wood, and then a beautiful environment like this with that lovely lighting, and there's even stuff in the background. I don't know how well you can see it, so just the overall scene is really gorgeous. And yeah, I haven't really modeled a lot of hammers, so here's a person who has modeled some hammers and textured them. And I like this black metal and with the yellow and orange. Well, those are some favorite colors of mine anyhow. And I don't remember exactly what that was. I know it's a tool of some sort, and I like the intricate modeling on this. I just happen to forget what it is. Every time I see that, I can't quite figure it out. I don't remember what it was, but whatever it is a cool, intricate tool as well. Oh, I like how these clamps attach. You really get the sense that things could flip back. Maybe this part comes out. I don't know. Let's look at. I believe there's one other look with the emission on it. Yeah, here you can see. I mean, look at how nice these little pieces are of metal. You know, really smooth, but with a little bit of a bevel on the edge. Yeah, there's some really nice modeling and texturing right there. And this is completely different, but these are tools. Look at the way this I think it's wool or thread is wrapped around here, and the tools to use that. So forgive me that I'm not quite sure. This is I know that the person who submitted this said something about, okay, let's get knotty. So there were, like, I guess, knots in these fibers here, but I wasn't sure if this was for knitting or exactly what it was. But that's just me, you know. But I like this metal here. I think that looks great against this particular background. So very cool. Yeah, I had done the sewer. Okay, I had. And then some people said, okay, well, I'm gonna do a sewer as well. I'm gonna put some of my own elements into it. So here we have the New York City sewer, the manhole cover with the sewer itself. But then, you know, they've added all the brickwork around there. We've got a propane torch similar to the one I did, but they said, okay, I'll throw that in. I'll throw in one of these wrenches, and then we've got some kind of vial, spilled vial here, and we've got something else down here. So it definitely looks like kind of an ominous scene. I'm not sure what's going on in the sewer system of New York, but that's cool as well. That's a really nice looking scene. Yeah, it came together beautifully. All right, and then this is a different style wrench, sort of similar to mine. I had seen some like this. So this person has done a wrench, and I can zoom in and you can see the broken up, grungy texture of that. I like how the teeth are on this. That's very nice. So another great job for modeling this, and then for going and doing their own textures. All right, now here we have some kind of a work area here. I got with some kind of a power saw here. I'm not really all that mechanically inclined, so I'm not sure what all these things are, but this person has spent a lot of time on this. I'll show you another render in a moment, and also on the environment as well. And I believe some of this is rendered in Eevee. I think this one is in Eevee, and some of the other ones might have been in Cycles. I think that one. You can often tell by the shadows down here and whether or not it looks like it's on the ground or not. But the lighting is pretty cool in this, and again, a lot of intricate details to create this equipment, these tools. So that's very, very well done as well. And I just wanted to show you another one here. You got, I guess, the saw on this side, and I don't know if this is a sander or exactly what you'd call it, but it looks pretty realistic to me. I don't remember what this is, so you'll have to forgive me, but it does look like something that would come from a game, some kind of a gun, a tool gun of some sort. Yeah, maybe it's for, like a jackhammer type thing, but I'm not quite sure. But look at all the nice details and texturing on this. You've got the valve here that controls bringing in whatever fuel that is. You got your trigger there, and all that, the pipe coming down to that. And this looks well worn, as it would be if it's going into concrete, if that's what it actually does. And here you've got another one of those kind of things. That's really cool, isn't it? Really nicely done. Great model, great texturing. Yeah. Okay, here we have some tools, and I believe we're going to see these tools in a little scene. So here we get to see them up close, from the crowbar, the wrench, the pickaxe or whatever, and I forget what that is, some oil thing. Yeah, so let's have a look at that. I mean, those are great right there. I mean, if you had done that, submitted that would have been definitely enough for this challenge. But then this person has put them into an underground or into a tunnel like thing, and so you can see some of the same tools in here. Oh, we've got a little rat or mouse. So we got the tools in here. I really like the way that this is lit, and this just this angle, this grungy kind of tunnel with freedom and air and green grass out here. It looks like it's in the moonlight. Yeah, this is a really neat scene, isn't it? All right, so we take the sewer again. All right, we've got the sewer here. I wonder if that says New York. I could zoom in on that. I'm not sure actually what it says there. But now we've got the pulley system or something along that line there with the cord going down, so you don't know what's going on. I like the shadows in this one. We've got a slightly different style wrench. We've got a different style toolkit, but I like the way they use the Canada flag, because I put a Canada sticker on mine, and we got another one. And then we've got the hazard cones, and of course all the concrete. So I mean, this really looks like it's sort of like a photograph in the city, and they're looking at something down there. So again, really great modeling and really great texturing for this challenge all around. All right, we've got a bunch of tools on a table here, and the mug with partially drank coffee, whatever. I like this one. There's a different style of little tool chest. It reminds me of like a hard plastic thing. And then we've got various tools right here. Right, this looks like an HDRI in the background. And then we've got the measuring tape and the pliers, the screwdriver, hammer, and other tools here. And now we have an assortment of tools. And you know what? Right now I couldn't even begin to name every single one. Because that's just the way I am. But this is a nice collection of various things that would take different techniques in order to model them, and different texturing skills as well. So again, very nicely done. This is something almost completely different, I suppose. And I'm not really probably the person to explain what this is. A lot of times when people submit their renders, then there is a little story. And I've read them, but I don't always remember. But they look like little watches, and you can see the dials and stuff, sort of cyberpunk. but with beautiful, look at the sort of the colors emanating off of that and off of this, just the overall all look. So that's a really nice, and Lily, oh, that's my daughter's name. Oh, this is nice. This is a nice, this is something I was thinking about doing actually early on. This just a tool chest, kind of a portable one you'd have in your garage for working on the car. The best repository for all your modeled tools. Profi tool. Okay, or Profi tool, whatever, like professional tool or profiting. I'm not sure. You got a couple of drawers open, which is always nice. And then it makes me wonder what's textured here and what's modeled. Looks like all these panels are modeled, but sometimes you can't tell. Anyways, that's great as well. All right, we have another sewer, and I like the light going down. I really love this chain. I love the metal on that chain and just the way it wraps and it goes down. Again, we don't know what's down there, but it does look really dingy. And this is a similar tool chest to the one that I did, just with their own texturing, and the wrench and some other tools here in a particular environment. So again, this is looking quite nice. Here's a wrench, so we're going to see a number of wrenches, and that's good because when I do these challenges and I do them on camera, my own stuff, I expect that people will model what I've done, and that's the kind of the point of me doing the videos, so people can follow and do their own versions of them, and I'm happy to see them. So I'm very happy to see this. I think that's the only image I've got of that one, and as you can see, we've got more wrenches, so that's great. Okay, so a different color scheme. People do what they want. They write their own text. They sort of personalize it. This is a little different than what I did. Yeah, it looks really good though, doesn't it? Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed doing the wrenches, because I did as well. And here's some more, right? See, a lot of people did the wrench because it's a cool object. It's not that hard to do. I did it on camera, and people wanted to give it a try. And then some people are using Blender and some are using Substance Painter. And I stopped talking about whether it was Blender or Substance Painter because the lines get blurred, and I don't always know. So I'm not sure how this was textured, and I want to say Substance Painter, but I could be wrong. So I won't comment. This is my wrench. All right, this was textured in Substance Painter. So I modeled this. I did the videos, and people did their own. And yeah, and that's what mine looks like there. And I guess there's my propane torch, and yeah. And then what I did here is this is what I kind of had built up in my series of modeling for the challenge. I think I had started with the sewer. All right, and you saw this a sewer top in 2 or 3 other images. And I had this part, when you can see the bars of the ladder going down. And then I continued modeling. So you got the wrench, you've got the tool case, there's that Canada sticker, you got the propane torch, you got the clamps, and then we have this winch, I guess it is. And I thought of it as sort of a memorial thing, because you can see that there's something in here, looks like metal water, because this would be like a statue on somebody's desk, and this would be, in my mind, sort of to commemorate some of the workers who may have perished or been injured in some flooding in New York City in the underground sewers. And that was my concept, that this would commemorate people who had to go down into the sewer, in particular plumbers. And there was a burst pipes of some sort, and they didn't make it out alive. All right, I've got another one from the side just to show how this would sit on someone's desk. I mean, it's not an overly happy memorial, but that's kind of what I thought I was going for. All right. So that ends the entry to that Blender challenge, and I want to thank everybody for participating, because as they did, they would submit a WIP, and we would, you know, comment on those whips, and you'd see how the thing progresses, and then the final render. So I want to thank everybody for taking their time to be part of this, and to show their work, and to show how their minds work as they come up with variations on the theme. And I'm looking forward to the next challenge. I'm not quite sure what that's going to be or when we're going to start it. I think within the next couple of weeks we'll start another challenge. So if you're watching this and you've never done a Blender challenge before, I'll leave the link for the Zero Bio Discord, and you can come by and see what everybody's up to. And when I announce a challenge, you just post your work as we go along, and render or renders. You just follow the guidelines, and I will lay them out periodically, and I'll model along as well. Once we come up with a challenge, I'll do a little series of modeling, and you're welcome to model what I do. And if you want to do something completely different, that's cool as well. All right, so thanks very much for watching this, and please give the video a like and show some support for all the people who participated. All right, and we will see you again soon.